So here we have a pair of Air Jordan 1 Retro Low Travis Scott Canaries, and you probably recognise the box being in this brown sort of colourway with sail, which I feel is a bit kind of lazy really, because I was expecting it to, initially when I saw these online, I was expecting them to come in a custom sort of box, more I suppose yellow and blue, and maybe with like hints of red, but this is just using the standard Travis Scott box, I guess. And it's one of those trainers that I obviously picked up on resale. Never had a W on any Travis Scott sneakers. I'm a fan of Jordan 1 lows in general, and so I thought I'd try and grab these on resale because they're not going for as much as some of the other pairs. And I actually quite like the colourway on this particular pair. It looks different to the norm, and obviously if you're going for sort of a hype sneaker anyway, so it's nice to have something a bit different. And the Jordan 1 was originally released in 1985, and this was a basketball trainer originally, obviously made famous by Michael Jordan, and it was originally designed by Peter Moore. And this one in particular is a Travis Scott collab, and I ended up buying these, like I said, on resale, but I had the J Balvin Rios that I got for retail, so I basically sold those on and put the extra bit of money on top, which I think was worth it. I didn't pay too much on top of the standard price compared to the J Balvin. So in all honesty, I paid a little bit above retail for these, and the size is obviously on the smaller side anyway, so that's the reason why I was able to get them at a good price. But I think I had a limit, so I think if they sort of went over sort of £500, then I probably would have given them a miss. And I did try to pick up a pair of olives back, I suppose, a year and a half ago, but now the price has just gone up for those a bit too much. And these were inspired by Travis Scott's Elkins High School, so that's why the pair looks like it's this yellow and blue colour. It's mainly from that. And the actual details for the trainers themselves, it comes in a canary yellow, racer blue, light silver, and the gum medium brown, which is the outsole. And much like any other Jordan 1 low, this has a polyurethane cupsole, so there's nothing special going on in here, and it has like an airbag unit in the heel, and in all honesty you can't really feel it that much. And this pair is made up of all leather and nubuck material, so as you can sort of see here, the nubuck feels nice and sort of soft and really like plush in my opinion, and then the leather, I think they're using a really good quality. And some of the other pairs that I've seen of the Travis Scott 1 lows, never, like I said, owned a pair, but when I saw them in shops, I can see like the leather quality is above the usual sort of TR stuff. So you can sort of see here when I press it in, it feels quite sort of nice, and also on the side here as well, it's got sort of indentations and quite sort of wrinkly, but it's nice, and it's a nice pair to have in hand. The other thing that I noticed as well is the difference between this pair and the Jordan 1 Low 85s and the regular Jordan 1 Low OGs. This one has 8 lace loopholes, and it doesn't have any kind of memory foam heel pods that you have within the 85 cut. So it's kind of like this in-between version. I think it's probably more similar to the 2015-2016 shapes with the larger swoosh. But obviously with this one, the swoosh is backwards. The Travis Scott signature touch really. And the price for these on retail were £145. Good luck for anyone who actually managed to get W. I just saw a lot of L's, and me included, and I think I entered sort of record numbers of raffles for this one. So with the comfort and sizing, much like any other Jordan 1, these are on the medium to firm side, so don't expect too much comfort. But I like the way Jordan 1 lows feel, and I don't like kind of this sort of ankle area anyway with like the highs too much. I can wear highs, and they're more for sort of winter really, but if I'm honest, choosing between wearing a low and a high, I'd much prefer wearing lows in general. And with these trainers, there isn't much support around the arch really. You can sort of see inside here, it's very sort of minimal, and there's not too much going on in there. It's a very sort of flat shoe. And I think the wearing time for these ones is probably like 4 to 8 hours in my opinion. I think with these ones, with the leather being softer and a bit more easier to wear, I don't think it's going to take that much time to break in. and the fact that with Jordan 1s, especially the lows in general, they soften up quite a bit anyway and feel quite nice on foot. And I went true to size on these, and normally what I do with Jordan 1s is go up half size, especially the highs. But with this one, just from reading online, I've never had a pair of Travis Scott's. I just heard that these run big, so I went true to size, and so my toe is kind of about here with socks on, which is, I think, the perfect amount. And you know, that also probably saved me sort of around the sort of £70–80 mark anyway. If I, you know, went up half size, I would have paid a bit more money on top. And this has the standard sort of Jordan 1 outsole really, so you get really good traction on these, and this sort of pivot point works really well, and it's very sort of grippy. This radial pattern as well just works extremely well, so in my eyes it's a win-win on that front. So with the look and style, this is a loud colourway, I do grant it that. I don't have too many sort of trainers with like very loud colourways, and especially sort of in this sort of yellow colour, and the only other Travis Scott that I have is the Air Max one, and that one is in the sort of satin gold colour, which is quite a similar shade to this really. And you know, I love that pair as well, and this is no different. I think this is a really nice pair to have, especially, you know, having to not pay too much on resale. And it's a good one to rock spring summer really. I think you know, in all honesty, I wouldn't be wearing these in the winter because I'd be afraid to sort of ruin them, especially because of this sort of nice soft nubuck material. But what I will say is I think they're probably more hard wearing than the olive pair, because the olive pair had sort of nubuck on the toe box and on the side panels, which I think will get ruined a lot quicker. So this is quite nice that it's got more sort of leather panels on it, and that's kind of what I like about it. And I think these ones, obviously this is a loud colour, but I don't, you know, believe that you know, these can be sort of rocked, you know, sort of casually and smart casually, and you'll be fine. Because it's a hype sneaker, it's obviously you need to sort of dress appropriately for that. But you know, with me, I like wearing Jordan 1 lows with you know, sort of chinos and that kind of stuff, and it works well, and you know, having a jumper. But equally so, you know, especially with this pair being so loud, you know, joggers or cargo pants is an easy one to sort of get working with this. And usually you kind of want to dress a bit more plain to let the sneakers do the talking. And it comes with different types of laces. At the moment, I just put in the yellow ones because I've just been a bit lazy, but I think eventually I'll probably throw in the blue colour, so which I have. And you also get a red pair as well, and they're all sort of waxed as well, so they feel quite sort of nice to the touch, and you know, they don't kind of sort of wave around and kind of sort of sit quite well on the trainer. So there's that plus about it. So they're a bit premium, so which is nice. So with the final thoughts, I like the fact that it feels premium. So the sneaker itself is a premium sneaker in the sense that the materials on this are used nice, you know, and especially like if you can hit on retail, you can get a very big W for that. In my opinion, I think it's a very nice shoe at £145 price. At twice the amount, it's obviously a bit, you know, kind of like hit and miss on whether you should grab this pair. But saying that, it's still the cheapest Jordan 1 low from Travis Scott to resale at the moment, and even the Black Phantoms were going for more than these. And like I said, it's got sort of great quality material, so I especially like the leather panels that you see on the lateral and medial side and on the toe box. It just all feels really nice. The new soft nubuck is obviously a plus as well, but it's just nice to have that extra bit of leather on there. And the lace options, so you know, like I just showed, you get different types of laces, so having sort of the red ones and the blue ones, you know, just sort of sets it off quite nicely. And I think especially if you've got the blue or red ones in it, it sort of tones down the sneaker a bit from being too yellow. With the cons, obviously if you're paying resale for this, the cost, I think the cost on resale will be, you know, it's too high at the end of the day, and it just seems to be sort of par for the course with a Travis Scott sneaker. And obviously comfort, it's not anything special. What I would have loved is to make it even more premium, is to give us a better insole. I think if they did that, this would have been more of a premium sneaker in my eyes, and you know, I think it's a bit lazy for them not to do that, and they should be doing that, because it just makes it, like I said, just gives it an extra bit of oomph, and you know, makes it sort of worthwhile paying the extra bit of money. And obviously the colour's not for everyone, so being a loud colourway, you know, you might not sort of gravitate towards this sneaker, and there's plenty of other ones that are coming out over the next year or so, which I'll try and sort of pick up, because I do like wearing Jordan 1 lows anyway. And with this one, it has sort of similar to the military blues, where it's whereas they're calling it sort of light silver on this one, and you know, on the military blues it was off-white, and it's got a similar vibe to that. So sometimes in the light it looks a bit more darker, and sometimes it, you know, depending on the light, it may look lighter. And at the moment it looks lighter, but when I have it in hand, it's a bit more on a darker colour. And personally, I don't mind that. I actually think it's quite nice. In all honesty, I think if it was too white, it will probably make the sneaker even more loud in terms of the yellow colour. So with the ratings, I give the look and style for this 5 out of 5. I think it's a really cool looking sneaker, and again, you know, I'm a fan of Jordan 1 lows in general, so I'm probably a bit biased in that respect, but I actually do really like it, and you know, even like the sort of the backwards swoosh, it's quite sort of iconic really at this point. And the comfort, I give that a 3. It's standard stuff. I wish they would have improved in some way with these sort of more premium collab type sneakers, but they haven't. And the quality, I only give that 5. Like I said, the materials on this is really nice, especially if you can pick it up from retail for £145. It's definitely worth it. And the pricing, you know, like I said, if you're buying it at retail, it's one of those ones where, you know, it's a no-brainer in my opinion, and because even if you decide to resell them, you would be, you know, coming up. So in my eyes, paying, you know, if you can if you hit them on retail, then it was definitely worth it. But resale, depending on your size, probably not so much. And that's why overall I give the score of 5 out of 5. I really like this sneaker. I think it's one of the better Travis Scotts to release in quite a while. And you know, some of the other ones that did release, you know, the only other one that I've been interested in is the Olive, and the rest of them probably too much out of my price bracket in all honesty. But a very nice shoe, and glad to have one Jordan 1 low from Travis Scott in the collection.